Bienvenue to Le Café Craft. Really quick before I get started because I keep forgetting everything. Okay, we're doing part 2 of the super duper best ever lab book, the lab book series. If you're new to this series, I want you to pay attention to the following. After each video, we're giving away some ephemera to download for all subscribers. So you do have to subscribe, and then at the end of the video I briefly go over what's gonna be in the download, and this is what you have to do. You have to go in the description box below and you have to email to me your YouTube username and tell me what you're referring to, which in this case will be the part 2, the envelope. This way I know which ephemera pack you're referring to. That's the per video giveaway. Now the big giveaway is at the end of this series we will have a finished lab book, and that lab book will be a giveaway to one of you guys subscribing to this wonderful channel, Le Café Craft. Yes. Okay, part 2, the envelope. This envelope, you will need envelope. That seems like a given, but envelope. And if you forget about it, it's all in the description box below, whatever you need. Envelope. Or if you don't want to do envelope, a file folder, regular file folder. Yes. You will also need some 12 by 12, printed cardstock, whichever one you want to use. Scrapbook paper, whichever one you want to use. Eventually, hole puncher, eyelet, at least one eyelet if I remember right. Edging, distress ink, the little thing to the distressing, and ruler, bond folder because we get to fold with the bond folder, glue, scissors. Okay, let me remind you something. We are crafting, right? So just all the supplies you have, just gather them and put them all around you because chances are we're gonna use one of them. Cool. So I did the subscribing thing, I did the ephemera thing, it's at the end of the video. And yes, part 2, Deconstructed Lapbook. Okay, here we go. Today we're doing part 2, the envelope. The one who goes on your front cover. This one. The old document envelope. Now, of course, there's a million way to go about it as usual. Let me show you how that one works. Okay, so you got it. Now this thing was so old, I had to consolidate everything. I had to reinforce because it was crumpling under my fingers. Anyhow, that's the look. Usually, front cover of junk journal or lab book or whatever, there's usually is that big envelope or that big pocket where you put things in. Which bring me to say that as per measurement goes, okay, let me put this on the side. We got the 6 by 9 envelope, those, right? If you get those. If your book is smaller, I'll give you another option. Don't worry about it. Let's say your book is bigger than 6 by 9, right? So the height, we don't really care because we're using this envelope. When we're gonna glue the envelope down on the cover, we're gonna want to put, like, let's say a 1/4 inch here. About what you're gonna need is room here because you want to be able to put things in, right? Just saying. Okay, so, which is why I still don't have my theme, so this is why my cover is still like that. Well, I got plenty of time to figure this out. This is pretty easy and down forward and everything. Okay, this is a little bit thick, but you know, we can reinforce. That's always cool because we're gonna put stuff in it. First thing we do, we cover the envelope. I'm using right now the Tim Hortons French industrial pad. You can use anything you want because, you know, I don't know what your theme is gonna be. I will say that if you're gonna have a busy background, go for neutral for the envelope and vice versa. If it's gonna be really neutral here, then you can go, you know, crazy on the envelope. Just saying. If you put crazy on busy, this is gonna be like way too much. Okay, so that's pretty cool because it's got a, you know, a grid here. Okay, let's take this. All right, 12 by 12. That's what we're doing. So let's see. Let's think. We don't do a lot of that, but we should. Like about here, right? And then I got more here. So pretty much I got to cut on that line. Pretty much you cut your 12 by 12 in half. Right? Right. All right. We gotta measure. I hate that measuring thing, but this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope that, you know, the spine came out. Where are the spines? Where are the spines? I wanted to show you the spines. Oh my God, the spines disappeared. Okay, I'm totally sidetracking here as usual. If you did the spine, now I'm doing another project which called for 2 ridges, so that's why there's only 2 here. But if you did it with the tissue paper and with the little reinforcer without eyelet, this is what it looks like. See? Cool, right? Okay, that was your option. Second option, spine. So you got your first option, the all kind of eyelet on it, right? Because you did that. And then you get this option, it's got the reinforcers. See, contrasting colors, that looks pretty cool. And this one is neat. See the tissue paper, I didn't rip anything, I just make it nice and neat, right? All right, that was it for the spine. Sorry guys, I had to just kind of briefly go over that, all right? Because I don't really remember where I left it. I think I left you with the eyelet thing. The eyelet. I hope all eyelets went well. Right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And then see, I don't, okay, you know, I know I can slice it with the cutter thing. There's a reason I don't really care for it most of the time, is it kind of rip the paper. See, if you cut with scissors, it actually does like the guillotine thing. It kind of press the paper together, the cardstock together. It's nicer. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. See, and when I look at both of them, they never look like they're straight, but they should be. Okay. Where are we here? All right, so we cut cardstock in 2. And then we have fun. Cutting and gluing. All right, now you take your envelope. Come here, you. And you get that. Cool. And then you get that. Cool, right? You get 2 pieces, the same. Okay, let's figure out here where we should go for the length. Okay, so you know when you glue something on something, you always get to leave a little bit of space on it. Do that before you cut, so this way it's a lot easier. So leave a little bit of room here and the little room of here, but double that one, right? Like this. In which case, when you're gonna cut here, you're gonna have your spacing already done. I hope I'm making sense. Sometimes I don't even understand myself, so if you don't, that's okay. I mean, you know, if there's things that are not clear, that you think, you know what, I didn't get that thing at all. Is that the part we want to use? Yeah. Then put it in the comments and I'll go over it in the next video, right? Alright, so we're cutting this, which doesn't even look straight to me at all. Why? It's not straight, see? That's why I don't measure anything, because really, yeah, now that's straight. Now I have a pencil mark. I sure hope you're better than me at doing those things. Alright, cut this. Let's cut this thing. Take the envelope. Now I should have. Are we happy? I'm happy. This is cool. Alright, so that's one. 2 is the other one. Now see this other one, I'm gonna have a metaphysical thing here, because like, which part do I want? Do I want this part? I think I'm gonna take this part here. I like that better. Alright, so this part here, I leave a little bit of space here. I know I should be measuring. Alright, I hate measuring, but one of the main reasons is I usually measure wrong. I don't know, it must be an age thing. I'm saying, you know what, I'm just can't measure for some reason. I mean, I do measure, but for some reason it just is not gonna be straight. Okay, so we're cutting paper. I know everybody's excited with this lab book. Oh my gosh, I am so excited too. Okay, I know we're excited and everything, but we're not gonna slop it, right? We're just gonna take our time and do it right. Do it pretty, do it that we really like it. Okay, if you're doing it for yourself, then pretend you're doing it for somebody else. Because we always do better for anybody else than for us anyway, right? Right. And then at the end, change your mind. Decide you're gonna keep it. But, you know, we're not gonna do sloppy, because nothing is the end of the world. I mean, the truth of the matter is, if it doesn't come right, well, then that's okay, do it again. That's what we do. We're doing things again and again. I think we're good. Okay, so now we got those 2 things, right? Come on, let's not do that. All right. We're just gonna glue shut the envelope. Maybe I should have started with that. Well, you know, who's perfect? Not me. Gluing shut the envelope. Let's get that little thing here. Alright. Gluing this thing down. Come on. Here we go. The top. Gluing. Now that's glued and that's the back, so we don't care. We got the front. Now take your book cover again, right? If your book cover is narrower than the envelope, right, you're gonna cut it where you want it, which means let me take, do I have a small book cover here? No, but Okay, let's say your book cover goes here. This is so you cut it where you need it, right? Keep in mind you leave kind of a 1/4 inch on this end and about 1 inch on this end, okay? And then you cut your envelope to kind of fit those proportions. Of course, you're gonna have to cut that and adjust, but you know that's a given. Let me put this here. I'm never gonna find it when I need it, but that's okay. All right. So now what we do is we edge. This is when we edge. We edging this thing here. So we edge. There's no need to edge everything, so you edge both sides and one length, because we're gonna do something here that doesn't need to be edged right now anyway. Okay, I mean there's no need to edge what doesn't need to be edged, and then you just, you know, because we're gonna cover it anyway, but it's just like this way. It's not, you know, manila color. I mean they're cool, but you know, it still is the manila color. All right. Done with this way. We're gonna cut where it's not edged, and I think we are gonna glue first and cut next. Why not? Just because we can do it, right? Right. Okay, so now we're gluing. Where are they? Told you. Here. So this, I want to be the top part. So whatever you want to have on here, which in this case I decided to be this, right? This is what you gluing. You're gluing this, which means, wait a second. We're gonna cut the sliver on the length where it's not shaded to open the envelope. I'm sorry. It's just like I'm trying to remember how I went about it. And sometimes it's just not as, memory is not as good as it should be. Okay, right? So this gonna go in here on the top. Cool. Gluing this. You know, sometimes I get shivers. I'm like, oh my god, is that the right way to do it? And blah blah blah. So if you get shivers, don't worry. I'm having shivers too. Just like I just want it to be right on the first try. Well, if it's not right on the first try, do it again. You know, in French they say the shoemaker is always the one with the worst shoes, and that's a fact. So, as I said before, pretend it's for somebody else. You want it perfect. Perfect. Alright. Where is that thing? So we get that part done. So now what we're gonna do is going like this, in the book like that. Now, depending on the proportions of your envelope book cover, I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna understand exactly what I'm talking about once it's done. Okay? So this is, are we in the measuring thing now? This is, as we know, about 6 inches because we already cut a little bit of it, but it's about 6 inches, right? You want to have the other side popping out. See, it's gonna look like this. You see? So, but you want to stay in the dimension of your cover. So take your cover. And actually, that should be the same thing. Let's do 1 3/4. 1 3/4 right here. Same thing here. 1 3/4 right here. Okay. Now, you take your scissors, you open your envelope, which obviously need a little bit more glue here. So I say we're not slopping it, we're doing it right. Take our time. I know it's just an envelope, but you know what? This is gonna be your first. You open the book, this is what you're gonna look at, right? First thing, so let's make it. See, that doesn't really matter too much. You're gonna see why. And a little bit more here. Okay. All right. So you get your 1 3/4 here. Okay. 1 3/4. Open your envelope and you're gonna sliver it to the mark, right? Sliver, sliver, right? You do the same thing on the other side from the mark because it's the other way around. I cannot cut the other, I don't know. Some people can, I can't. Go inside a little bit and sliver it to the top, right? Right. Now you take your ruler. You go from here to there. You can do it with your scoreboard if you want to, but you know what? It works good that way. Not moving here. Okay, a sliver, so that should be open right here. Are we open? Are we open? Open for business, yes. All right. Again, line up the ruler. Or do we cut that thing first? I think we cut that thing first. Let's not do that yet, because then it's gonna get so much easier. Okay, this is gonna slide in here, right? Right. It should slide because you cut it shorter. Let me say, you cut it shorter than that, right? It should slide in perfectly. And it should be about the same size than this because we cut it in half. If it's a little bit more, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to line up. It's just, the main thing is it's got to slide in. Okay. So now you have your 1 3/4 on both sides, right? Right. Now on this side, you're gonna figure out. I know you're thinking it's so confusing, but when you see, you will see it's gonna come out so cool. So bear with me. Actually, why don't you watch the whole video, so if something really bad happened, you didn't do it, right? And then you have it perfect, I have it perfect, and then you can make it perfect. Now, from here, you measure 1 inch on both sides, and you make a mark. 1 inch. You know what? I can use those squares. What do you think they're here for? Right? 1 inch. Okay, we good? We good. Now you take your scissors, and then you're gonna go from the mark you got on the side to the top here. Cut. You know, I don't want you to cut stuff that you didn't want to, you know, blah, 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 right? So, I mean, it happened to me so many times. I follow the video, and then they go, oops, I shouldn't have done that. And we're like, well, thank you, because I just did. Okay, so, just saying. Does that look like it's right? Yeah. Okay. From one mark on the top, the 1 inch, to here, what did we say? 1 3/4, right? You cut from here to there. because we're not doing sloppy, we are erasing any kind of little mark that we made, because that would not be cool. All right, so now what happened? Well, now you're gonna line up your ruler, or you take your scoreboard, whatever you want to do. I figure it's easier this way. Well, for me it is anyway. All right, from that mark to that mark, right? The 1 3/4 mark, you line up. It's all good, is it? Yes. You pick up just the top of the envelope now, okay? Not this part, just the first layer there. And then you score it, right? Okay, now you take whatever you got to flatten thing, bone folder, here. You flip it, and bam. You see? Ha, right? You get it? That was not hard. This is, let me take this guy here. This is what you got. This is your envelope. Now, this one is pointy here. If you want to do pointy here, what you're gonna do is figure out the middle of this, right? Like, what is this? Of course, that wouldn't be, so it's almost 7, so it's almost 3.5, so like about here, it's about the middle here, right? And then you go down, how does it go? You go down like a 1/4 inch on this side, 1/4 inch on this side. But I kind of like it like that, but anyway, you know, just for demonstration's sake. And then you go here, and then you go there, and then you cut away. Now, I know we do have this here, so there is, okay, then you're gonna have to cover that. You get, again, you get more options, right? So this is gonna be glued here, like so. You can keep it that way. You cover this. Okay, I'm gonna finish that, but you can glue a little bit here and a little bit there. This way you can actually insert thing, right? If you cut it here like so, you're gonna glue this here along the edge, this here, so it's gonna be glued. Same thing, you're gonna be able to slide things here and there. If you don't want to glue it, because you go like, well, yeah, but I put something cool here, all right, well, then you're gonna, seriously, here. You can use paper clip. You can keep it that way. See, you can put your paper clip like this and, you know, clip things on it. Now, if you want to add up brads or holes or whatever, do that before you glue it down, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. Let's cut this just to see how it looks. I'm curious. I don't think it's gonna be easy, but you know what, we can do it. Okay, here I'm gonna round it, so I'm gonna go here. All right, and I'm gonna cut here. You got to make sure your scissors goes where you want them to go, because sometimes they just won't do it. Keep all of that, because you can always reuse that stuff. Here we go. you get your envelope. Now, again, you don't want to have... Okay, so let's get that thing again here. Put this under. Edge, edge, edge. Right? You want to edge the inside. Like so. Okay, and then you can put, I don't really like that color, another craft piece of something. That'd be cool. Right? And then you can stamp stuff on it, or, you know, or put little pieces of this or that. Right? Pencil. Now you're gonna cut that inside the line, so it gives you that little edge that we were talking about before. Should be good. What should not be good? It's almost good. Hold on. Just gonna move it. How are we doing now? Right, I'm good here, I'm good here, I'm good there. I just get to snip that little thing off. Edge, edge. Edging. This here, that here. And we glue this. And then you have your envelope for your front cover, right? Yes, yes. And then if you glue here and glue there, you're gonna have to glue. If you're doing the paper clip, you don't have to worry about it. You know, I changed my little trash can from here to there. I keep putting everything on the floor anyway. So you're gonna glue here, right? That little incline. And then you're gonna glue the whole line. So this way you can stick things in here, right? Right. Come on, little guarding dog over there. All right. Where is my, right here. That little guy is guarding. Let me tell you something. I have 12 pounds of guarding dog here. Right? So now you can put your stuff in there. Cool? Oh, I mean, you know, something a different color right here. If you want to put a little brad on the top here, you can, and then therefore you can insert here or there, right? You can use contrasting color for this, this, and that. Nobody said you can't. And then you get that here that you can put, might as well, you know, stamps on or little brads on. Or you know what? You can take the brads and cut the little ticket that I put in the last download, and cut the little ticket, put the little ticket with the brad, whatever. Make it like cool. Cool. Good looking. But that's the thing, you know, all the videos, really do yourself a favor, go up to the end. It happened to me once, and I was on video 6. And the lady said, oops, I shouldn't have done that. And we, you know, when we do this, we should have. I'm like, oh, but this is great. Let me have a nervous breakdown right now. Anyway, just saying, you know, see, Now you can put your brass, your stamp, or your anything you want, right? Now this one here has, it was like this. I had a little hole here, so might as well we got hole punchers, we have eyelet. So I say, what the heck, let's do it. Put a little hole right there. Oh, I didn't tell you. See, that's what I'm saying. You get to watch the videos. The setup for those things here, because people ask. So, I don't even know if I can read anything out of that. What's the setup for that thing? It's B. Alright, setup is B. And the other one is, yeah, it's 2. The bottom is 2. Anyway, it says B on this side here. And that's, alright. See where I am? And this one is 2. And don't ask, because I try all the setting that they say, and you know what? That's the only setting which works for me. So just saying, that is that. And then you put your eyelet. I don't know if you notice, like I always say brads and eyelet, one for the other. So, you know, sometimes don't really pay attention to what I say. A lot of people do that. And they're right. Here you go. Perfect. And then you can put a little, you know, stringy thing here. Whatever you want to do. Right? That's your envelope. Now, if you do not have envelope, if the envelope is not the right side, and if it's just like so complicated, this is your other option. You take a folder, regular folder, right? You figure out that you need the width of your cover minus the 1/4 inch here and the 1/2 inch here, right? And whatever you need, like down here, you can put 1 inch and 1 inch. And then you take your folder, you cut it to dimension, right? So it'd be like this. You measure just the same. Okay, your folder is open, so you don't have to cut the sides, which is pretty cool. You measure your flap, which we say was, 1 3/4, whatever that is, right? You figure out, it's a proportion thing. So you figure out what kind of flap, how, you know, far down you want to go. You measure your 1 inch on both sides. You cut it. You flip it. And then you cover it with whichever paper you want. If you don't have an envelope, that's what, your envelope is done here. How about that? Right? And then you can make it almost as big as the cover. Let me show you, because I made another one. See? That's exactly this. Right? And then I covered it with papers. And actually, I didn't do the flip with this. I took like a copy, a check, and just cut around it because I like the lettering. You can do that too. Now, in order to keep the whole length, right, of your envelope, glue it on the back. You know, whatever you're gonna put here, glue it on the back. So don't put glue inside, because, you know, you're gonna shorten your, I mean, it's a long one, but still, you know, it's kind of cooler, and that gets glued anyway, you won't see it. But what I'm trying to say is, because it is the front cover, and because that's the first thing you open it to, try to make it as big as you can, because it will be the inside of your front cover. So you keep about a 1/4 inch here, a 1/2 inch here, as little as you can afford here or there, and then you have like, bam, the envelope, right? See, like this one we made, that's what I'm talking about, proportion. It's a little bit small for that cover, but you know, I don't know what you have. If you have a smaller cover, it's perfect. See, if it comes down to here, then it's totally cool. If your cover is longer like mine, and the 6x9 is not gonna do, well, use the folder option, right? Take a folder, cut it to, make a big rectangle where you need, and then cut your angles like we did. Flip the top like so, and then just, follow whatever we were doing before. Oh my gosh, I know I give you a headache. Anyway, I sure hope everything is clear. If it's not clear, put it in the comments and we go over it on the next video. Just like the spine, I show you. See, I did the spine with the tissue paper. I don't mind. I mean, this is just, it makes sense. Next video, because, we did the envelope and all of that. So next video, we're gonna do this and this. Download. Now for the download, I was thinking, well, I can give this and that. Maybe I'm gonna put some little, hold on. I'm gonna, maybe, because, for that page, put some of those, I got little, what are they called? Those little chocolate card and everything. So I'm gonna put a bunch of those. And also, I thought that'd be cool. I'm gonna download some of those. Those are the, the old spelling cards. Okay? So I'm gonna scan those, and this way you can print them on cardstock, and then when come down to do, the pockets or the tags for this or that, then you have something, right? I think that's cool. And then this way, so we're gonna need whatever you cut out of your folder. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need the hole punchers and eyelets again, right? And that's about that. And the big envelope, we got plenty of those, right? Cool. So this is done. Yes. All right, see you for this page next. Keep on crafting. Bye. Oh, subscribe. Bye.